Welcome to this episode of Pretty Coffee with Kristin. I want to talk to you about how 12 pair of black pants were a wake-up call for me about a year ago. It was the day of my dad's funeral, and I got ready, and I went to get dressed. So I pull out the old faithful black pants, of course, which I have several styles of the same style of black pants, and I started putting them on. This was about 15 minutes before we had to leave. Well, by the fifth or sixth pair that I could, there zero chance of them buttoning. I kept trying them on, starting to get into a panic at this point because we're leaving. There's no other options. This is what I have to wear. So I run through them all. I put on the pair that, to say they fit, I was asking a lot of that button. I got them on. Off we went. And I had been wearing the old faithful yoga pants for a long time, and I hadn't worn anything with a zipper and a button in a long time. And there I was, going to my dad's funeral in these pants that were, it was a good thing, it was spring and it was cold, so I had a jacket over top. And I thought to myself, enough. Then add that to my dad's funeral, which of course makes you think about life. And I thought, you're not living the life you want to live. I was not living the life I wanted to live at all in any way. And to be perfectly honest, I was not practicing what I was preaching. I wasn't. So that day, I made the decision to start participating in my own life, to start bringing my own pretty back again. I got home that night. I got my own books out, and I started from square one. And I began to bring my own pretty back. And I started working on myself, on my weight, and getting serious about it. It wasn't, I'm going to do this tomorrow, or I've got to do this, in the future. It was now, today. The wake-up call was today. It couldn't continue. It could not continue. So I started working on my weight, and I've lost 30 pounds. I started working on my home. I started working on my relationships. I started working on my marriage. I started working on my business. I started working on another book. I just started. And it's really easy to get complacent and let one day roll into the next. And you say, you know what, you know you got to do something. Now let me tell you, do you think, it was a little bit of a shock that not one of the pairs of pants fit. Not one. But it wasn't a shock like I did not know that I was a little out of control. That wasn't a shock. But sweet fancy Moses, not even the biggest pair. That was a bit of an eye opener. So I began. So when I say, I understand, when I say to you, I get it, I understand, I know how you feel. Oh, I do. So this is what I encourage you today. It may not be something as drastic as almost having to wear a pair of yoga pants to your dad's funeral because nothing else you can put on. There's something we all have. There's something we all have that we know we need to start working on. We know we need to start working on it. So whatever that is for you, think about it. Think about if it's working for you. Think about if you need to make the changes. And you know what? Don't do this business like we like to do, including myself. Don't do this. Don't do this. I'll do that tomorrow. Nope. Do it today. Whatever it is, make peace with it, address it, face it, and do it today. Because that whole I'll do it tomorrow thing turns into, a decade. And then you can't wear pants to your dad's funeral. So I encourage you, start today. You can do it. I promise you, whatever it is, you can do it. If you need some encouragement, you need some help, message me. I'm here for you. I am here for you. Don't get yourself in that situation like I did. It ain't pretty. Go out and have a pretty day.